Are you ready, eager young space cadets?
Meep, meep.
I saw a Porky Pig.
Long is the limit!
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Hello, and welcome to Of Course You Realize This Means Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Graves, and I just saw The Curse of the Monkey Bird. I'm very excited because I got to see the Looney Tunes on the big screen again. And I haven't done that since I was at the Chuck Jones Centennial. That was in 2012. But this is an all-new excitement because there are brand new Looney Tunes that are being released to the public. And I got to see it in the theater. I'm just overjoyed by that. This was a 6-minute short, animated short, that was starring Porky Pig and Daffy Duck. And there's new Looney Tunes out there, guys. It's kind of exciting. I'm just going to go into it. The short overall was really fun. I think you're going to enjoy it, especially for Daffy. Daffy is at his daffiest, and it's so great to see that. Eric Bauza does the voice of Daffy Duck in this, and he nailed it. He killed it. That is not a disservice to Bob Bergen, who voiced Porky Pig. The voice of Porky Pig was spot on. The dialogue that he had, though, was a little lacking, and that was mainly because he was a punching bag in this. So, just overall, my take on it, I liked it. I didn't love it. Some of the comedy was more modern than throwback comedy. They hit the joke and then kept on hitting it. And then it went from funny to not funny, back around to funny again. And that is obviously a modern comedic style and approach. I did not mind it. I did feel that it was different than the past. And that is probably what they're going for. They're not trying to recreate exactly the past jokes or situations. And I really liked the parody of Indiana Jones at the start of this. And I loved putting these characters in that situation. I thought it added to the comedy. I thought there was really great facial animations. And the overall look and style was fantastic. They spent money on this. Like, you could tell that they wanted really strong colors. They wanted really strong environments. And the motion of the animation was smooth and just looked expensive and fantastic. And like, there was a lot of care put into this. And I really appreciated that. So let me get into it a little bit. I'm sure this is going to be available on YouTube very soon. It's just for this week, they're playing the short in theaters only. And unfortunately, it's not attached to any movie. It's just on the big screen by itself, 6 minutes. The unfortunate thing about that is the ticket price is $11. So yeah, it's officially the most expensive minute I've ever lived. But I would say that it was worth it just to see the classic Looney Tunes on the big screen in an all-new situation. That was really fun. So to start off, the first screen that you see is a screen that says, it's one of those quiet in theaters kind of things, but it says silence your gizmos. And I really thought that was funny. So we start with some character designs. Porky is spot on, like a modern day, like modern environment. It's the jungle, but it's a modern aesthetic surrounding that. But you get Porky Pig, and Porky Pig looks better than ever. He is very reminiscent of the classic style of Porky that you're familiar with in your head. The That's all, folks. That Porky is here. You also get Daffy, and Daffy looks phenomenal. They're on top of an elephant, and the elephant was very reminiscent of the Horton Hears a Who elephant. I thought it was very like Dr. Seuss meets Chuck Jones style, and I thought that was interesting. The character design was really fun to let you know that you're in the world of a modern-looking retro cartoon. The character designs were retro, but the things surrounding them were very new, very lush, and that was really exciting. Some of the jokes landed really well for me. There was a parking ticket joke that made me laugh out loud. There is the overall like Indiana Jones feel to this one. The episode is called Curse of the Monkey Bird, and Porky and Daffy are on a quest to find this hidden treasure. And the treasure is in a tomb, and they have to, figure out their way around booby traps. The overall premise is very spot on Looney Tunes. How they deal with the premise is very modern. So what I mean by that is they go into the tomb, and they're obviously aware that there are booby traps. And then Daffy goes full Daffy.
I'm just a crazy darn fool duck.
Pulls all the levers, presses all the buttons, and just all of the booby traps go off one right after the other. But to capitalize on that comedy, they are all affecting Porky. And so Porky is just taking it. And it's getting worse and worse for him. The style of comedy here is more akin to the Ren and Stimpy cartoons of the 90s.
This meatball soup is delicious, Stimpy.
That's not meatball soup. That's my collection of fur balls and stomach acid.
You idiot!
And that wasn't a bad thing. But it was different than the vaudevillian approach that the Looney Tunes are known to be associated with. So that took some getting used to. But overall, I think the Daffy characterization was spot on. The Porky Pig characterization was pretty good. He didn't have a lot to do except be a punching bag, and that was detrimental to his character. But again, the Bob Bergen voice for Porky was amazing, and they really nailed the inflections and the stuttering, and he was really fun. The dialogue that he had was really great. He just didn't have enough of it. And he didn't get to be that worrywart that he usually is in the Daffy and Porky cartoons. But the really fun character here is the monkey bird himself. He's a combination of a monkey and a bird. I don't know what it is about Looney Tunes and monkeys, but they always seem to appear in these modern interpretations. So you had the blue monkey in Looney Tunes Back in Action, where Steve Martin was turning people into monkeys, having them work, and then turn them back into humans to buy the products. And that was thanks to the blue monkey device. And then here you have another blue monkey, and he is, mixed with the attributes of a bird. And it's fun because they utilize both the monkey or the ape fierceness, and then the intelligence and like the prowess of a bird and how he is able to fly and still terrorize. You get a sense of the threat, but it's obviously done surrounding absurdist humor. There's a scene where they're running through the caverns, and all of a sudden we see some TVs, and they come out the back of it, and it looks like they were just on a ride. And they're looking at the pictures that they got while on the ride and, laughing. And then it goes back to serious, like they're being threatened again. So it's, absurdist humor at its best. Daffy definitely at his best. But the overall, sense of things is kind of lacking. The classic, here's a punch, you laugh, and then you move on. This doesn't move on, which you're going to have to get used to in the cartoon for it to land. But that's okay because they give you multiple opportunities for that to happen. Again, I really want to emphasize the Ren and Stimpy of it all. There are some animation styles, including eye animation and situations and sound effects that are pulled almost directly from Ren and Stimpy. So I'm going to say that the Ren and Stimpiness of it is slightly distracting and pulled me out a few times. But I think if they tweak it a little bit more, the Looney Tunes characters and the Ren and Stimpy style can work. It just takes a little bit because you're pushing what you're knowing the characters to be in, like the situations that you're knowing the characters to be in from the 40s. Like you're going full hyperspeed into the 2019s and grabbing comedy from the 80s and the 90s with you, and that's kind of what it feels like. So we're catching up to what they're trying to do, and it's not all bad. It's working. Overall, I would say with the fun character designs, the vibrant colors, the situation that they get put in, and the character dynamic, which the character dynamic is also kind of lacking. You just don't get a lot of it. It's mainly Daffy being Daffy, and Eric Bauza, who does the voice of Daffy, kills it. He is just translating the 40s like spot on, and I love it. Everything else took a little bit longer to get used to, but that's okay. There is another part that I wanted to highlight, which was a comedic transition that was very jarring, and it dealt with Daffy's leg getting bit by a snake and Porky having to suck the venom out. And you get a sense of peril because you can see the venom being animated and moving up his body, and Porky desperately trying to suck the venom out quickly and rapidly. And the transition that happens is Daffy is then behind Porky with the rare antiquity that they are trying to capture, the monkey bird, if you will. And it is very weird because then the thing that Porky is holding, the leg that he's holding, is connected to the monkey bird monster that is chasing them. And I just found it to be very, very weird and not funny. It just took me out of the whole experience. But then I got back into it and it kept going. It's not a bad animated cartoon. It feels like fan fiction almost of like what these characters would be in the modern era. But you could tell there's so much love that is going into this. I'm just not sure about the script for it. That was probably the weakest part of it. Overall, I would say because of all of the wonderful and fantastic animation behind it, the incredible voice work, and the designs, I've got to give this a B+. And I do very much look forward to more of these coming out. I just hope that they have more publicity around them, that they're advertised better, and that we get them sooner. I don't know how long it feels like it's been a couple of months since the Dynamite Dance. So it might be 3-month intervals in between each one. And I feel like that's a bit long. But overall, I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. Obviously, it's going to be on YouTube, so you can see it for free. And you're going to enjoy it, I think. And I'm just fascinated by the use of monkeys in this franchise. Because you have Apes of Wrath, which is a Friz Freleng cartoon that had Bugs Bunny being delivered drunkenly by a stork to a family of apes. And he is presented as their son.
Congratulations, you're a mother.
Elvis, look! It's arrived! Our baby is here! Oh, how could you? After all, he is our baby. No matter what he looks like, he's still your son.
Oh boy, what a hangover. What happened?
And you have the monkeys in the Looney Tunes Back in Action film.
Dear people, I reveal to you the whereabouts of the blue monkey.
But you don't really have a monkey Looney Tune And that is why I wonder if the creatives keep going back to the monkey well, because monkeys are inherently loony.